You eat right, you walk regularly, you do all the things they say you're supposed to, but somehow that stubborn belly fat, the kind buried deep in your core, refuses to go away. It's frustrating, and you're not alone in feeling that way. Here's the surprising truth. What you're fighting isn't just the soft fat you can grab with your hands. It's something far more dangerous. It's called visceral fat. This isn't a surface-level cosmetic issue. It's a hidden threat nestled around your vital organs, fueling inflammation, disrupting hormones, and increasing your risk of heart disease, stroke, diabetes, and even memory loss as you get older. It's not just fat, it's a full-blown metabolic emergency. Now, here's what most people don't realize. The answer isn't found in more dieting or harder workouts. It lies in resetting your metabolism at night with the help of a simple, natural drink you can take just before bed. I'm Dr. Pradip Jamnadas, and on this channel, we don't sell gimmicks. We dive into science-backed strategies for living longer and feeling better. And today, we're going to uncover how this drink works to reprogram your body into a fat-burning machine quietly and effectively while you sleep. But first, if you've ever felt trapped by that belly fat, no matter what you try, drop a comment and let me know where you're tuning in from. And if you care about understanding how to heal while you sleep, hit the like button and subscribe. Let's build this knowledge together. Now, let's get into what's really happening. For most of your life, you've been fed the same narrative. Eat fewer calories and move more. The logic seems simple: calories in versus calories out. And maybe you've tried that. You've eaten clean, taken long walks, skipped dessert, even joined the gym, but that stubborn inner fat, the kind that wraps around your gut, hasn't budged. And it's not because you lack willpower. It's because this fat isn't just sitting there. It's active, it's aggressive, and we've been targeting it the wrong way. Visceral fat behaves less like stored energy and more like an organ, an unwanted one, lodged in the middle of your body. Unlike your heart or lungs, it doesn't help you. It works against you. It acts like a rogue chemical factory, releasing damaging compounds into your bloodstream 24 septimos. These substances aren't harmless byproducts. They're biological messengers that spread inflammation silently throughout your body. Not the kind of swelling you feel after a twisted ankle. This inflammation is low-grade, invisible, and constant. It chips away at your health over time, damaging your blood vessels, joints, and organs, and setting the stage for chronic disease. And there's more. One of the key hormones released by this visceral fat is cortisol, the stress hormone. Now, cortisol isn't all bad. In healthy amounts, it helps you wake up in the morning and gives you a quick burst of energy when you need it. But when visceral fat is churning out cortisol all day and night, your system becomes overloaded with stress signals. It's like your body is stuck in survival mode, thinking there's a threat lurking around every corner. In this heightened state of alarm, your brain follows its survival training. It instructs your body to store more energy to prepare for the imaginary crisis. And the most convenient place to store that extra energy? Around your organs, exactly where the problem started. So your body, trying to protect itself, ends up reinforcing the cycle. The fat causes more cortisol. The cortisol signals your body to store more fat. And on it goes. You've entered a loop that no calorie counting plan can break. If you've tried everything: fasting, cutting carbs, clean eating, and still see little change, this is likely why you're stuck in a metabolic feedback loop driven by stress hormones and confusion. Your engine isn't broken, it's just misfiring. The fuel isn't getting to the right place. The high cortisol and constant inflammation keep telling your body to hold on to fat no matter how little you eat. Until you fix the underlying signal, the stress and the hormonal chaos, you won't see progress. Healing the signal must come before anything else. And the breakthrough lies not in depriving your body, but in helping it feel safe again. So how do we change that signal? How do we tell the body, it's okay now, you're safe, it's time to let go? The answer isn't in pushing harder or eating less. It's in syncing with your body's natural cycles. And the most powerful time to influence your metabolism isn't during the day, it's at night while you sleep. There are two key pillars that control this process. The first is sleep itself. We often think of sleep as downtime, when the body just shuts off. But that's a huge misconception. Sleep is one of the most active regenerative states your body experiences. During deep sleep, your brain clears out waste, your tissues repair, and your cells get to work. Most importantly, your body releases powerful hormones, particularly human growth hormone, or HGH. While it's known for helping kids grow, in adults, HGH is crucial for repair and fat burning. It instructs your body to start pulling energy from your fat cells, using that stored fuel to restore your systems overnight. But here's the catch. If your sleep is poor, if you're waking up constantly, tossing and turning, or not getting enough deep rest, then your hormonal balance flips. Instead of HGH surging, cortisol rises. And cortisol, as we now know, tells your body to stop burning fat and start protecting it. Even a single night of poor sleep can dramatically lower your insulin sensitivity. That means your body can't process blood sugar well, and it goes right back into crisis mode. Fat cells lock down. The belly bulge stays. This matters even more as we age. If you're over 60, you're likely already experiencing changes in your sleep cycle. You may sleep more lightly, wake up more often. It may feel like a minor annoyance, but it's actually one of the main drivers of age-related belly fat. Poor sleep equals poor fat burning. That's not an exaggeration, it's biology. Fixing your sleep isn't a luxury. It's the cornerstone of reversing visceral fat. The second critical piece of the puzzle is your liver, your body's silent workhorse. Think of your liver as a giant processing plant. It does hundreds of jobs, from storing nutrients to neutralizing toxins. But its most important role in this context is managing fat. Your liver processes fats, packages them, and sends them out to be used as energy. It's the command center for fat metabolism. But what happens to a factory that's constantly overworked? It gets clogged. The systems slow down. Things stop working properly. That's what's happening in many of our livers. Years of processed foods, sugary snacks, alcohol, medications, they all wear it down. The liver becomes so overwhelmed just trying to detox that it can't handle its fat processing duties. So it starts storing fat first in itself, leading to fatty liver disease. And then once it's maxed out, right there in your belly, visceral fat becomes the overflow bin. So when people say they have a slow metabolism, what they often mean is their liver is tired, it's bogged down. And when the liver slows, a fat burning slows. That's why no diet seems to make a difference. The root issue hasn't been addressed. To burn fat efficiently, especially while you sleep, your liver needs to be cleared and supported. That brings us to the solution. The drink we're about to talk about isn't a magic potion. It doesn't melt fat by force. What it does is support your liver's natural nighttime detox process. It clears the roadblocks. It calms the hormonal chaos. It lets your body do what it already knows how to do, use fat for fuel. And before we get into the ingredients that make this drink so effective, there's something we need to do first. We need to stop sabotaging ourselves. Some of the drinks you may think are helping you before bed are actually throwing a wrench into your fat-burning machinery. Let's clear out the myths before we build something better. Let's begin with one of the most common bedtime habits, a warm glass of milk. It sounds comforting, even nostalgic. Many of us grew up hearing that milk helps us sleep better, but when it comes to burning fat, especially visceral fat, that glass of milk is doing you no favors. Why? Because of the sugar it contains, lactose. Even though it's natural, lactose still spikes your blood sugar, and every time your blood sugar goes up, your pancreas releases insulin to bring it back down. Insulin, as we've discussed, is the key that locks your fat cells. When insulin is active, fat burning becomes impossible. So drinking milk before bed is essentially telling your body, let's store fat tonight, not burn it. Next on the list of hidden saboteurs, fruit juice. It's easy to assume that because it comes from fruit, it's healthy. But the truth is, fruit juice is a concentrated dose of sugar, specifically fructose. And fructose doesn't behave like other sugars. It bypasses your bloodstream and heads straight for your liver. And remember, your liver is already overwhelmed. So when you flood it with fructose right before bed, it can't burn it off. Instead, it converts that sugar straight into fat triglycerides. To be exact, this fat gets stored around your organs, increasing visceral fat and undermining your nighttime repair processes. So even a small glass of orange juice in the evening is like flipping the switch from burn to store. Then there's alcohol. A glass of wine or a bottle of beer might help you unwind, but inside your body, it causes chaos. Alcohol is seen by your liver as a toxin priority number 1. The moment it enters your system, your liver drops everything else. Fat metabolism? Paused. Blood sugar regulation? Halted. Hormone balance? Interrupted. All your liver cares about now is clearing out the alcohol. That means for hours after drinking, your body has no capacity to burn fat. Your prime fat burning window is hijacked, all to detox something that shouldn't have been there in the first place. So let's be clear. Milk, fruit juice, and alcohol before bed are not harmless. They're actively interfering with your metabolic health, sending the wrong hormonal messages and canceling the very fat burning you're hoping for. But that doesn't mean you're out of options. In fact, you're about to discover a simple, powerful, and natural combination that does the exact opposite. It supports your body. It calms your system. It promotes balance instead of stress. And most importantly, it creates the ideal internal environment for your body to finally release stored fat, especially that stubborn, dangerous fat around your midsection. This drink doesn't rely on fancy powders or expensive ingredients. In fact, you probably have everything you need already sitting in your kitchen. It's made of 3 powerful ingredients that, when combined, send a signal of safety to your body. They reduce inflammation, regulate insulin, and gently activate your metabolism all while you sleep. Let's start with the first ingredient, cinnamon. This humble spice does more than just flavor your food. For centuries, it's been used as a healing agent. Today, modern research confirms that cinnamon helps balance blood sugar and improve insulin sensitivity. That's critical because we know insulin resistance is at the heart of visceral fat accumulation. Cinnamon essentially helps your cells hear insulin more clearly. That means your body doesn't have to keep producing more of it. The less insulin you need, the more easily your body can switch to burning fat instead of storing it. But there's a catch. Not all cinnamon is created equal. The kind most commonly found in supermarkets is called cassia cinnamon. It contains high levels of a compound called coumarin, which can be harsh on your liver in large doses. For this purpose, the better option is Ceylon cinnamon, often labeled as true cinnamon. It's gentler, lighter in color, and safer for long-term use. This is the cinnamon that belongs in your bedtime drink. Now let's add the second ingredient, ginger. Ginger is more than just a kitchen spice. It's one of nature's most potent anti-inflammatory agents. And when it comes to visceral fat, that matters a lot. Remember, visceral fat isn't just sitting there quietly. It's triggering a low-grade chronic inflammatory response that stresses your system and disrupts your metabolism. Ginger, with its powerful active compounds called gingerols, acts like a fire extinguisher. It calms that internal storm, helping your body step out of a constant state of alert. But that's not all ginger does. It also improves digestion and boosts circulation, two things that are essential for overnight repair. Think about what your body is doing during sleep. It's delivering nutrients, repairing tissues, and cleaning out waste. All of that depends on strong, steady blood flow. Ginger gently enhances circulation, ensuring your cells are well nourished and your detox systems are working efficiently. It prepares your internal environment so your fat-burning hormones can do their job properly. When combined with cinnamon, ginger creates a mild warming effect in the body. This isn't about raising your heart rate or jolting your system like caffeine. It's gentle, supportive, and completely non-stimulating, making it perfect before bed. You'll feel relaxed, not wired, exactly the state your body needs to release stored fat. Cinnamon manages insulin. Ginger reduces inflammation. And together, they lay the groundwork for healing. Now we add the third ingredient, raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar, commonly known as ACV. This is your metabolic guide. Like cinnamon, ACV improves insulin sensitivity. Like ginger, it supports digestion. But its real superpower lies in its ability to help your body regain metabolic flexibility, that is, the ability to switch smoothly between using sugar and fat for fuel. This flexibility is something many of us lose over time, especially as we age or develop insulin resistance. Our bodies become stuck in sugar burning mode, constantly looking for the next glucose fix and completely forgetting how to tap into our fat stores. That's why even long periods without food, like during fasting, don't always lead to fat loss. The body simply doesn't know how to access its reserves. Apple cider vinegar helps retrain those metabolic pathways. It reminds your system how to switch from sugar to fat, especially when taken before your longest fasting period. Sleep, but quality matters here. You need raw, unfiltered ACV with the mother, that cloudy, stringy stuff at the bottom of the bottle. That's where the enzymes, probiotics, and proteins live. That's what supports liver detoxification and helps balance blood sugar naturally. This isn't about forcing your metabolism to speed up. It's about giving it the conditions it needs to function as it should. So now we've got our trio. Cinnamon to regulate insulin, ginger to reduce inflammation and boost circulation, and apple cider vinegar to support liver detox and restore metabolic flexibility. These ingredients work together not to artificially stimulate fat burning, but to gently guide your body back to its natural fat burning rhythm. They send a message of safety, balance, and calm, exactly the opposite of the stress signals that keep fat locked in. But knowing the ingredients isn't enough. To make this ritual effective, you have to use it correctly. That means preparing it the right way, drinking it at the right time, and aligning it with your body's nightly rhythms. Timing is everything. Let's break down exactly how to do that. Start with 1 cup of warm water, not boiling. Just warm enough to be soothing. Boiling water can destroy the delicate enzymes in the apple cider vinegar. Then add half a teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon, a 1/4 teaspoon of ginger powder, and 1 teaspoon of raw, unfiltered ACV with the mother. Stir it well. Now, some people find the taste a little sharp. If you need to adjust, you can add a tiny squeeze of lemon or a drop of raw honey, but go easy. Even natural sugars can trigger insulin, which is the opposite of what you want. The purer the mix, the better. And now the most important part, the timing. You'll want to drink this soothing mixture about 30 to 45 minutes before bed. That window is crucial. It gives your body enough time to begin absorbing the nutrients and aligning with your natural circadian rhythm. Don't chug it down, sip it slowly. Make it a quiet, intentional moment at the end of your day. This isn't just about the drink. It's about creating a ritual that tells your body, we're safe now. It's time to rest, repair, and release. But there's one essential rule. Do not drink this immediately after a meal. You need at least 2 to 3 hours of space between your last bite of food and this drink. Why? Because of what we call the clean slate principle. When you've just eaten, your insulin is still elevated, your digestion is still active, and your body is focused on breaking down and absorbing food, not burning fat. Drinking this tonic too soon after eating is like trying to launch an airplane from a runway that's cluttered with baggage and other planes. It's just not going to take off. You need that clean, open window where your insulin levels are low and your body is shifting into fasting and repair mode. Only then can this drink work its magic. Now, the formula alone is powerful, but there's a way to take it even further. You can amplify its effects with 2 simple habits that create the perfect environment for fat burning while you sleep. The first one is breath, specifically a short breathing exercise designed to lower cortisol and trigger your parasympathetic nervous system, the system responsible for relaxation and healing. Here's how you do it. Once you finish your drink, find a quiet place to sit. Close your eyes and breathe in slowly through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold that breath gently for another 4 seconds. Then exhale softly through your mouth for 6 seconds. Inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 6. Repeat this rhythm for just 5 minutes. That's it, just 5 minutes. Why does this work? Because your exhale is longer than your inhale. It activates the vagus nerve, a key switch in your body's stress response system. This one tiny action signals to your brain that the threat is gone. You're safe. There's no crisis. And that message in turn helps lower cortisol and unlock your fat stores. You're telling your body with every breath that it's okay to let go. This simple breathing ritual paired with the drink sends a powerful, unified message: peace. The second habit is all about light, specifically managing your exposure to blue light before bed. Blue light is the wavelength emitted by phones, tablets, TVs, and computers. It's also the same kind of light found in the morning sun. That means when you look at a screen late at night, your brain gets confused. It thinks it's morning. As a result, it suppresses melatonin, the hormone that not only helps you fall asleep, but also supports metabolism, insulin balance, and mitochondrial function. Melatonin isn't just for sleep. It's a master regulator that tells your body it's time to repair and burn fat. If you're staring at a screen in the hour before bed, you're telling your brain to stay alert, you're stopping melatonin production, and in doing so, you're short-circuiting your body's ability to enter that deep, restorative, fat-burning zone. So, after your drink and breathing exercise, commit to turning off the screens. Dim the lights. Let your body receive the right message that night has come, that it's time to rest and heal. Read a book. Listen to calming music or journal. Let your nighttime routine be quiet, deliberate, and peaceful. And for those over 60, here's something you really need to hear. If you're over the age of 60, your body has changed, and that's not a flaw. It's simply nature. But those changes can make fat loss feel nearly impossible if you don't adapt your approach. One of the biggest shifts that happens with age is reduced insulin sensitivity. Your body just doesn't process carbohydrates as efficiently as it used to. So even if you're eating what feels like a healthy meal, your blood sugar spikes more easily and insulin lingers longer, keeping you locked in fat storage mode. This is why diets that worked for you a decade ago might suddenly feel useless. But here's the good news. While your ability to burn sugar may decline with age, your ability to burn fat remains strong if you teach your body how to do it again. That's the magic of this nightly ritual. It doesn't attack your system. It doesn't ask your body to do something unnatural. It gently guides your metabolism back to a more flexible, balanced state. Cinnamon and ACV help manage blood sugar and insulin. Ginger reduces internal stress and inflammation. Together, they create an environment where your body no longer feels like it's under threat. It doesn't need to hoard fat for protection. Instead, it shifts back into healing and fat burning. For many older adults, this approach feels like turning on a light switch. It's not about drastic diets or extreme workouts. It's about consistency, calm, and cooperation with your body's existing rhythms. We've now covered a lot of ground. You've learned that stubborn belly fat is not just a cosmetic issue, but a dangerous metabolic signal. You've seen how visceral fat fuels inflammation and stress, locking your body in a state of crisis. And most importantly, you've discovered that the key to breaking that cycle isn't punishment, it's partnership. It's about restoring hormonal balance, respecting your circadian rhythm, and supporting your liver and metabolism during the time your body is most ready to burn fat. Sleep. So let's distill this into a clear, simple plan you can follow starting tonight. First, what you should do. Drink this tonic 30 to 45 minutes before sleep. Make sure your last meal was at least 2-3 hours earlier. Use only high-quality ingredients, Ceylon cinnamon, organic ginger, and raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar with the mother. After you sip it slowly, take 5 minutes to breathe in that calming 4-4-6 rhythm and avoid screens for an hour before bed to protect your melatonin. Do this 4 or 5 nights a week, not perfectly, just consistently. Now, the things to avoid: no heavy meals or late night snacks, no sugary drinks, milk, or juice before bed. Avoid alcohol if fat loss is your goal. Protect yourself from blue light in the evening. And most importantly, if you have a medical condition like diabetes or high blood pressure, or if you're taking medication, talk to your doctor before starting this. These natural ingredients can impact blood sugar and blood pressure, and your safety always comes first. Also, if you have acid reflux or a history of ulcers, avoid drinking even diluted ACV on an empty stomach. And never take it straight. It must always be diluted. More is not better. The power of this ritual lies in its gentle consistency. This isn't about a miracle cure. It's about a mindset shift. It's about realizing that your body is not the enemy. It's been trying to protect you, even when it seems like it's working against you. When you give it the right tools and signals, it responds, not with resistance, but with relief. It begins to heal. It begins to let go. And so So here's what I ask of you now. Don't change everything overnight. Just try this. One night. Tonight even. Take 5 minutes to gather the ingredients. Sip slowly. Breathe deeply. Turn off the screens. And see how you feel. That's how real change starts, with one quiet step forward. And before you go, I'd love to hear from you. In the comments below, tell me, if you could heal just one thing through sleep, better blood sugar numbers, share your goal. Your story might be the spark that inspires someone else on the same journey. And please remember this, your body is not broken. It has a deep wisdom and an incredible ability to heal. You're stronger, more resilient, and more capable than you think. Your journey back to health isn't over, it's just beginning. Subscribe to this channel, stay connected, and together we'll keep walking this path. Thank you for spending this time with me. Rest well tonight. Your body is ready.